grabs my dick suddenly.
There it is, chat. There it is. It's so much build up. Oh my god. Enough foreplay grabs dick. We'll either watch 4chan stories of the Ghost Puncher or the Ohio Fault Lines guy. Alright, we'll do that. The Ghost Punch does look pretty dope.
What is the most shameful thing you've ever done that is related to video games? I have a fetish for the state of Ohio, and I regularly practice it on Minecraft as a form of one-sided ERP. What? How exactly does a fetish for a state work? I'm curious because I'm from Ohio. Well, I don't have a fetish for you, if that's what you're asking. All right,
Boundaries.
but do you get off on the shape of it? The way it nudges up to Lake Erie like the little whore it is? Help me to comprehend this. I have a fetish for the state of Ohio. Do I have to? Come on, we're all fags here. We'll understand.
The entire state chat.
It has to do with its geology and transmission fault lining. That's all I'm gonna say. Bruh, that's fucking awesome. Like, bruh, fault lines. Does Ohio have a lot of them, or just some really nice ones? I've said too much. Tell us, you stupid fucking piece of
My secrets have been revealed.
shit. If you don't, I'll find out where you live and cause a big fucking earthquake. I bet you like that, huh, faggot? My friend Hal has a fetish for Byzantine erotica, if it makes you feel better. Oh gosh, Anon, now I gotta know. Alright, here it goes. Please, guys, don't try to figure out where. I'm trusting you guys on this one. My father was very much into hunting his whole life.
Okay.
I was as well, but not so much the practice of it as the history behind it. Get very much into the history of the Ohio River Valley long hunters. Read many books, devote myself to study on it, begin practice of their arts and survival craft. I'm somewhat decent at it. I'm rather young. Dad passes away. Continue my study. One day I found an author of a famous book that I very much respect. On the subject will be coming to a town near me. I'm an Ohio native. Go there. He's at a library in the town. There's almost no one there. He's about 50 years old or so, but he has white hair. What a pleasure to meet you. I'm a huge fan of your work and a woodsman myself. We talk for hours and hours. He tells me about the local places where he actually got sources from, letters, heirlooms,
Bro, he got heirlooms? I only just got my first one in Apex.
etc., to help him write his book. We talk for hours and hours. Says he's actually in town for a meeting of long hunter fanatics.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to look into it. Says he can't wait to see me there. Continued in next post. 2 days from then, I drive out to the site where the meeting was. It's in a national park. Awesome. This is just where he was telling me about. Can't wait to talk to some fellow woodsmen, talk history, etc. I get there. Everyone is at least twice my age. I'm in my mid-20s. Women, men, etc. Feel kind of awkward. People show off their gear, rifles, not modern ones, just rifled muskets. I'm unsure as to the legality of that in a national park. Talk clothing for hours and hours. We're all in full long hunter regalia. The man I met
Looking like a
earlier
Monster
gives us
Hunter
speeches about
character.
the history behind it, famous hunters, etc. I know most of this stuff. Sun goes down. Time for everyone to leave. People leave en masse. Just me and like 3 others and the first guy. We continue to talk. He's so brilliant. Gives me insight I didn't know before that wasn't even in his book. Never has one man been so devoted to his craft before. Talks to us about the structure and geology behind the Ohio River Valley. In fact, an important junction of it meets right here in this park, about 2 miles east. Says he has to go back to his hotel. He's very tired. Asks me and the remaining people if we'd like to meet up again tomorrow and have a hike, as he explains some of the important areas and the geology that made this such an important area in colonial America. We all agree. Time is set for midday tomorrow. I head back, feeling great. Why hadn't I met with others in my hobby sooner?
Is this just like the backstory to him, like, developing a fetish? The lore behind the fetish is pretty dope.
Drive back the next day. Come in full long hunter outfit. Meet up in the same spot. We all talk as we wait for everyone to arrive, and everyone does after a while, late midday. We begin our hike. He points out various sites, talks about the structure. This made this good for hunting, etc. Tells us tales of his hunting. He grew up on a Native American reserve in Nevada, or was it Arizona? Apparently. His father was a long hunter descendant somehow. Talks about how his father taught him to get into the hobby.
His father was a mutter. His father was was a mother. His mother was a mother. His mother was a mother. What did I just say?
Tells us about how his father was a raging alcoholic, and more often than not he'd beat him as soon as teach him. It's very tragic and touching. Not a dry eye in the hike. Alright, Mark, keep telling us about your long hunting experiences.
Oh, hi, Mark.
He goes on, talks about how near the site it was like the focal point of the spirit of the Ohio River Valley. Alright, 95% sure he's just a delusional old man. Day wears on, sun begins to set, we all had great fun. Tells us there's one area that we didn't get to see that he'd be happy to show us.
Well, I bet he would.
Not like I have anything going on. Sure. Alright, but it's enclosed. We're gonna have to hop the fence of the enclosure to get in. Isn't that a felony? Come on, no one's watching. They all agree somewhat easily, should have been a warning sign, that we should go anyways. Feeling the pressure. Alright guys, I will, but please don't get me caught. Apparently this wasn't any of their first time in this park. We hop this shitty fence, and it's a slightly more barren part of the forest where it starts to develop into rocky outcroppings and fissury crevices.
Ah, crevasses. The hottest part of the ground. Before the fetish. I mean, at this point, you're with a group of strangers, all older than you, and they're taking you into a forest. Surely red flags, right? Surely that, like, self-preservation part of our brain should be kicking in, saying this is probably a bad idea.
Continued in the next post. Sorry for being so long-winded. It gets better here. Step into
Oh,
this
I
depression
bet.
of rocks. It's much more barren than where we were in before. Talks about the connection a woodsman must have to his woods to be successful in his craft. That every fiber of his being must be in tune with the woods to make yourself part of your surroundings. I agree wholeheartedly. I know my father had a special connection with it, and I've been trying my whole life to solidify that feeling.
I bet. Pulls out a baggie. Yes, someone's wood is connecting.
Eventually, we're all sitting on the ground, continuing to talk. Says that woodsmen, after spending a lot of time isolated from society, would form it on their own fast enough. But it's much harder in today's environment. Yeah, but pulls out a baggie.
Nani?
Did you pre-watch this collecting? Did you skim it? Wait a minute.
Unidentified white tablets in it. I've never done drugs in my life. I have zero idea what kind of drugs it is. Asks us to take one in order to further our connection. Wow, of course, what a fucking liberal hippie. Right in his birth period, serves me blah blah blah, I'm thinking. Everyone just takes one as if this is completely normal. Guys, Mark turns to me. Take two, Anon. I feel the pressure. I'm scared. I do. I have no idea what I just took. Oh my...
Bro, come on, man. Bunch of strangers take you to a forest. You're taking sus pills from a baggie? Dude, it's like you're asking for shit, man. Poopers, am I right?
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. He stands up behind us, tells us to lay down. I comply. Starts a spiel about the birth of the universe. Some native shit. The effects begin to hit me. I'm seeing full-on fucking hallucinations of what he's talking about, hearing audio feedback among other things, and for some strange reason, I'm not scared at all. He steps up behind me, kneels down, sits me up, and begins to rub my shoulders while still talking. Oh my god, it feels so fucking good.
Oh no.
Pauses. Anon, take off your clothing so you can embrace your origins, or some shit like that. I'm not even phased. I'm so out of it I do. Begins to talk about the creation of the fault lines, the plates, and stuff I'm not even qualified to know about. I'm sitting down again. He's in front of me. Fuck, guys, too long. We'll insta-post next. Grabs my dick suddenly.
There it is, chat. There it is. It's so much build up. Oh my god. Enough foreplay, grabs dick. Blush. Just realized this is really quiet. There you go, chat. Sorry if you could hear it.
I don't seem to mind, I'm so fucking out of it. Starts to explain further, describing great cataclysmic creations and how the ORV was created. Keep in mind the whole time I'm seeing hallucinations and hearing them as well. Continues, this is how natives thought it was all made. As he started to come to the end of the story...
There's no need for that pause, bro. As he started to come towards the end of his story.
So do I. I come all over his deerskin tunic.
Excuse me? I thought we were just gonna look at some crevasses.
Never in my life have I ever felt such a spiritual connection to anything than I did in that moment, to the wilderness, Ohio, and the Ohio River Valley. It was hands down my best orgasm ever, 10 times better than anything I've ever experienced to date. I put my clothes back on. Eventually the drug wears off, and the others come down off the high. Go back to the park entrance. He puts his hand on my shoulder. Anon, I know you may not understand, but becoming a long hunter is a long process that requires a deep spiritual connection to the woods. I hope I've helped you out. We part ways and go into my car and start crying because of the catharsis I've just been through.
Dude shook him. It shook him on an emotional level. After skimming through this guy's stuff, post more vids. Did Wing Dork makes good stuff. This is great. This is another good one. I'm liking this. I'm in a room with my mother laughing at an onion fetish. Ohio, okay. I was like, you're watching 2 fetishes at the same time? That is too much.
Drive home. Email from him, asking if I'd like to join him in a few months. Still to the day, thinking back on it, I get aroused and masturbate, not because of what he did, but to the spiritual connection and the bond I formed to the geography that day. It's a form of meditation for me. This was a couple months ago, and I still haven't answered his email. I don't know what to do. I swear on everything I hold to be good in my life that this is an accurate depiction of what happened to the best of my ability. Take it as you will. Yeah, that about does it for the Ohio fetish guy. As far as I know, I don't think there's ever been like an update to this. There was a bit of an update to the tile guy, as it turns out, but yeah, this one and the tile fetish guy video are both going up simultaneously, so if you...
He double posted these works of art. Yes, my coming is a meditation. It was just the emotional connection he had with the state of Ohio. It's not so much he has a fetish for like the state. It's more like he just has a thing for old men in deer-skinned leathers touching his dick. Like, I think he linked things in the wrong places. Man, that was a good video.
You saw this one.